to have sounded the poll bugle for the BJP in Maharashtra. He provided strategic guidance and a motivational victory mantra to the party workers while addressing a rally in Pune. Amit Shah uttered two big statements to recharge the mood in the saffron camp. He said, and I quote, saffron must rise again in Maharashtra, unquote, and then also vowed that the BJP will better its 2014 and 2019 tally this assembly election. But what he said wasn't limited to boosting the morale of the Karyakartas. It was also aimed at causing a dent in the opposition's charged narrative, more so after the Lok Sabha election results. The first big attack was aimed at Rahul Gandhi, whose quote-unquote arrogance, he said, will be crushed after the BJP and allies win the forthcoming assembly polls. Next, he accused Sharad Pawar of institutionalizing corruption in the state. And last but not the least, the Home Minister criticized Uddhav Thackeray of sitting with those who sought clemency for the 1993 Mumbai serial blast convict Yaqub Menon, and also with those who served biryani to the 26/11 terror attack convict Ajmal Kasab. This has triggered a flurry of comments by the leaders of the Mahavikas Aghadi, who call it nothing but an attempt to distract and divert, further asking the BJP to walk the talk on taking action against the corrupt. Take a look.
अपने आप को बाला साहब का वारिस कहने वाले उद्धव जी कसाब को बिरयानी खिलाने वाले लोगों के साथ बैठे हैं। उद्धव जी याकूब को छोड़ने की गुहार लगाने वाले के साथ आप बैठे हो। भ्रष्टाचार का सबसे बड़ा सरगना भारत की राजनीति में है तो शरद पवार है, इसमें मेरे मन में कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं। आप क्या आरोप कर रहे हो हम पर? नए लक्ष्य तय करते हैं और लड़ाई कहां दूर है, 24 में ही होने वाला है। सारी कसक महाराष्ट्र विधानसभा में पूरी कर फिर से भगवा लहराने का काम कर। भाइयों बहनों, ये चुनाव जो है, ये चुनाव का परिणाम उनकी भ्रांतियों का जवाब। एक बार महाराष्ट्र, हरियाणा और झारखंड हम जीत लेते, ये राहुल गांधी का अहंकार चूर चूर हो जाएगा।
Mr. Amit Shah spoke about the institutionalization of corruption. The truth is, Bharatiya Janata Party has legitimized corruption. They accuse political leaders of corruption, but once those political leaders join the BJP, they all are given a clean chit.
पहली बार महाराष्ट्र को अगर कर्जे में किसी ने डाला तो 95 में आपकी सरकार आई तब डाला, 99 में हमारी सरकार आने के बाद ओवरड्राफ्ट पर चलाना पड़ा था। पहली बार लोड शेडिंग आपकी वजह से हुआ था। वो सारी चीज़ों को ठीक करते करते 2014 में फिर से झूठ बोलकर आपकी सरकार आई। आज महाराष्ट्र पे 8 लाख करोड़ का कर्जा है।
आदरणीय शरद पवार साहब इनके लिए सरगना हो गए, भ्रष्टाचार के सबसे बड़े सरगना, और उन्हीं के सगे भतीजे अजीत पवार साहब इनके लिए संत हो गए हैं। इनको संत लग रहे हैं और शरद पवार साहब सरगना लग रहे हैं। मतलब शरद पवार साहब आज अगर इनके बगल में जाकर बैठ जाएं तो पूरे विश्व के सबसे महान आत्मा हो जाएंगे।
Let's quickly open this up with our guests joining us this evening. We have Wasaid Zafar Islam, national spokesperson of the BJP with us. Also with us is Chitra Batham, spokesperson of the Congress, leader of Shiv Sena UBT, Kishore Tewari, and with us is Paramveer Singh, political analyst. Will be questioning the opposition on the panel. Many thanks, gentlemen, and the Congress representative Chitra Batham for joining us on this special debate. It's very interesting how it's all playing out. Before I take it across to the national spokesperson of the BJP, since this attack came in from Amit Shah, pretty much sounding the poll bugle, I want to first up go across to Kishore Tewari ji, because the most scathing commentary was unleashed against Uddhav Thackeray, that he has been spotted sitting with those who've sought clemency for Yaqub Memon, and also Mr. Tewari, he says those who in fact served biryani to Ajmal Kasab. I need not explain to our viewers who these two people are and why the BJP is speaking of these links. But your first response, sir.
Christian, those who joined BJP get clean sheet. In fact, the corruption charges of the NCPs are against the Ajit Pawar. If they have any corruption charges or he is the leader of corruption, then Sharad Pawar, he is the home minister. He should do the inquiry and he should go in detail. But it was an election speech. You told we have joined a hand with the Congress and NCP, and the biryani dialogue. In fact, their candidate in recently Lok Sabha, Advocate Ujjwal Nigam, told in the court, but the police officer that time who was there, who told that we never given a biryani to him other than the hafta or the things which is provided in the jail. But I want to say that they are in the power in the center and the state. In fact, as far as Aurangzeb remark is concerned, वो तो आक्रांता थे क्रिश्चियन और आक्रांता थे और उन्होंने हिंदुओं पे बहुत अन्याय किया और हमारा स्टैंड उनके खिलाफ है. दूसरी बात मैं कह रहा हूँ,
किशोर तिवारी जी, सीधे सवाल का सीधा जवाब. आपने बिरयानी वाले कमेंट की बात करी, अब आप हमें असलम शेख के बारे में भी बता दीजिए. कांग्रेस एमएलए जो उद्धव ठाकरे के कैबिनेट में रहे हैं सर, वहां से ये बयान आया है गृह मंत्री का.
देखिए मैं आपको बताता हूँ, हम आतंकियों के साथ नहीं है और जो भी लोग आतंकी है उन पे कार्रवाई की जाए, ये हमारा स्पष्ट स्टैंड है. हमने कॉमन मिनिमम प्रोग्राम के अंतर्गत ही कांग्रेस और राष्ट्रवादी की सरकार बनाई थी. अगर कुछ गलत किया था तो हम जनता में जा रहे हैं, लेकिन चुनाव में ये नैरेटिव हरदम रखना. अब जफरुल इस्लाम को यही पूछो आप, अब तो ये कह रहे कि सारे मुसलमान अपने गले में पट्टी लगा ले, अपने दुकान पे बड़ी पट्टी लगा ले कि हम मुसलमान हैं. ये इस देश को कहाँ ले जा रहे हैं ये लोग? अगर कोई आक्रांता है तो अमित शाह है, आक्रांता है तो ये गुजरात लॉबी है जिन्होंने महाराष्ट्र में एक लोक नियुक्त सरकार को गिरा दिया. और मैं अमित शाह को कहता हूं कि आपको आपके पापों की सजा महाराष्ट्र की जनता जरूर देगी, लेकिन चुनाव में घटिया किस्म के आरोप लगाना, हिंदू मुसलमान करना, इससे बचते हुए आर्थिक नीतियों पे, उपलब्धियों पे बात करो 10 साल से, और सोसाइटी को क्या देने वाले हैं.
Okay, so you're calling it a baseless allegation on part of the Home Minister. Since you raised that question with Syed Zafar Islam, Mr. Islam, respond to what Mr. Tiwari is saying. He's saying this is yet another attempt to distract, to divert, and the importance should in fact be given to the real issues concerning the people of Maharashtra and not these unnecessary narratives, he says.
See, he only highlighted what is the truth. I mean, is there any fault when he is speaking truth? I mean, can Uddhav Thackeray ji deny that Congress party had supported and their senior leaders had supported Kasab? They fought his case in the parliament, in the court. So all we wanted to tell the people, the Honorable Home Minister was trying to tell the people that how they have changed their stand, how they have aligned with forces or the political parties who are against the spirit of this great nation. Congress party has always compromised with the national issues, with with many issues which is concerning the nation, and they have always compromised with the national security. That's why they have supported. They have supported many people.
नहीं, तिवारी जी, ये रेलेवेंट सवाल है, ये रेलेवेंट सवाल है. चाहे वो समाजवादी पार्टी के नेता हो, चाहे वो कांग्रेस के नेता हो. आप हाल ही में देख लीजिए विजय वडेट्टीवार ने क्या बयान दिया है हेमंत करकरे को लेके. तो ऐसे बयानबाजी तो दोनों पार्टियों से आई है और आज आप उन्हीं पार्टियों के साथ है, इसीलिए सवाल उठ रहा है. तिवारी जी
नहीं, जफर को ये पूछिए कि हिंदू
तिवारी जी, you must understand.
बोलिए.
It is not only meant for Muslim. The guidelines, it for administrative purpose, and it is for every citizen who is setting up a shop in that area. So it is not for Hindu or for Muslim or for any particular community. Having
आप
said that, what is
JDU
important for all of us to
JDU
understand
और
that
RLD को समझाइए,
what stand,
JDU और RLD को समझाइए.
what is stand, they have all understood. They have been explained. They have all understood. They will not make any such a statement because they have understood. They have seen the
They will not withdraw
guidelines
the
which has been
support,
issued.
na?
Away from
They
that,
will not withdraw the support now.
but
They will not withdraw the support now.
Arey, you worry about. We
Tiwari
stand
ji, let's
united.
focus on Maharashtra.
Unlike you,
UP Uttarakhand की
for
बात
power-
बाद में करेंगे.
no,
Let's focus on Maharashtra.
नहीं, आप पावर के लिए इधर उधर हो सकते हैं.
अरे जफर को मिनिस्टर नहीं बनाया इसलिए मैं
आप
बहुत दुखी हूं, क्रिस्टन. वो मुसलमान है इसलिए मिनिस्टर नहीं
तिवारी
बनाया
जी, तिवारी जी, आप देखिए, आप जरा कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ है. कभी कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ उद्धव ठाकरे के पिताजी गए थे? नहीं गए थे. उन्होंने बराबर कहा था कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ नहीं रहेंगे. आज आप उनके साथ है. यू हैव अलाइंड विद देम. He has always criticized Congress party and you have aligned with them. So you have changed stand for the lust of power. This is something which the Honorable Home Minister has spoken today. That for power, you can align with anyone, and this is what you have demonstrated in last few years. So the people of Maharashtra must know, and this is what the Honorable Home Minister was trying to expose you. You stand completely exposed today, and you have nothing to defend because this is something which is indefensible. Tiwari ji, you cannot defend because people do understand. You had a very
Christian,
different
I
stand.
should reply.
The next big question is whether or not this is actually being bought by the people of Maharashtra. And I want to pose that question to you, Syed Zafar Islam. But before that, let's take in a word from our other panelists as well. Another attack was aimed at the Congress. So I want Chitra to come in. When the Home Minister said that Rahul Gandhi's arrogance, quote unquote arrogance, will be crushed the moment the assembly election results are out. To that reaction, remember, the Home Minister has been saying this the last few days, Chitra. He's been saying that this is unwarranted arrogance on part of Rahul Gandhi despite an electoral defeat. तो ये arrogance कहाँ से आ रही है और क्यों आ रही है? हारने के बाद भी कांग्रेस पार्टी जीत क्यों मना रही है?
Well, Christine, I would like to say that there is no arrogance shown by Rahul ji on any occasion. It is the mere confidence that is shown by Rahul ji as he is putting forth the voice of the nation very confidently in the be it in the parliament or be it on the streets as such. Okay, it is very laughable how the BJP spokesperson is pointing fingers at the others, saying that the devious politics is being played by the Congress party, wherein every atrocious attempt, to gain power and to remain in power has been seen by the Janta of not only Maharashtra but India's Janta, in the past few years. Two political parties were broken down by the BJP people in order to remain in power in Maharashtra. Why? Because Maharashtra matters. But what they have done, they talk about saffronization. I don't think so. It is it's the revival of saffronization. It is a revival of the song that they want to happen in Maharashtra. Okay. But that is not going to. That again will be rejected by the Marathi people because the Marathi Manus and the Marathi Asmita both have been compromised, and there is no welfare that is being taken place in Maharashtra. Multi-billion-dollar projects are shifted from Maharashtra to other states. Other states are being developed at the expense of Maharashtra. Few days back, we just saw for mere 600 positions, 600 vacancies, 25,000 people have applied, and what was the condition of the premises over there? So they don't want to talk about real issues. They don't want to talk about the welfare of the people, which is why they come up with such promising things like the Ladli Behan Yojana and the Ladla Bhai Yojana and so on and so forth. But I must tell you that their devious politics, their dirty tricks have been rejected by Maharashtra in the Lok Sabha elections, and this is what scares them, and which is why they are coming up with this stupid propaganda again. But again, it will be rejected by the people of Maharashtra.
Okay. Syed Zafar Islam, important point raised by Chitra. She's saying that and that's what the statistics also reveal, between July 2022 and July 2023, we've seen a vertical split in Shiv Sena and in the NCP, with the rebel faction, of course, siding with the Bharatiya Janata Party. But the people's mandate has not been with you, sir. If we talk about the 2024 Lok Sabha elections alone, it's very clear that the sentiment of the people of Maharashtra lies with the parent parties, and that's what Chitra is trying to highlight. How would you respond to that?
See, you have to understand, if you just analyze the result, of 2024 election. Yes, we got 17 or 18 seats, and they got 30 seats. But if you just analyze that they were leading in around 160 seats, we were leading around 130 seats. So basically, it's a gap of 30 seats if the assembly constituency wise, if you just analyze. So we are just 30 seats behind them if we just analyze on the basis of the constituencies where either NDA leader was leading or the MVA leader was leading. But that was a general election. When the assembly election will take
Should
place,
I reply?
I'm sure the situation will be reverse. So the situation will be very different, and we will lead close to 200 seats for sure. We will
Okay,
win
and
200
you say
seats,
that
and
you
they
say
will
that-
definitely not
You
cross.
say
Sister,
that
I will add
regardless
one
of the results of the assembly elections in 2019,
Sister, I will
Mr.
add
Zafar
one thing.
Islam. I'm coming to you, Mr. Tiwari. Mr. Islam.
No, see, 2019 election is now history. The 2019 election BJP fought with, along with Shiv Sena. But now Shiv Sena has split between the UBT and Shiv Sena original, which is with us. So definitely people will definitely have a different approach
Okay.
to Shiv Sena, UBT and Shiv Sena Shinde group, which is the original Shiv Sena. So I'm sure that when the election will come,
Mr. I will add
you will see the outcome will be very different than what we had in 2024
Okay,
general
all right.
election.
You're
And we
pretty
will definitely
optimistic,
win
very
at least
confident of how the
200 seats.
BJP and its allies are placed. Mr. Zafar Islam, I'll come back to you in just a bit. Mr. Tiwari wants to respond to you, but before that, Paramveer Singh ji has not opened up with his remarks as yet. Thank you for waiting very patiently, Mr. Singh. You know, how would you respond to the overall sentiment that's coming in from the political corridors of Maharashtra? And you've heard it from all the sides as is. It's very, very clear that the fight for Balasaheb Thackeray's legacy is still on. That's pretty much taken the center stage still, and that's why we see this kind of a heated exchange, and not just in the run-up to Lok Sabha elections or the assembly elections. Right after the split, we've seen that kind of a political dynamics at play. How do you view the current situation, and should the BJP be worried as the opposition is, trying to at least portray?
Specifically, as we see, Lok Sabha results in Maharashtra came as a shock to every player, may it be the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi or the NDA. But here, something different has happened this time. The vote share for MVA was around 44% and NDA was 43%. That is only 1% difference was between both the parties. And actual vote share was, when I got to go through the data, it was 7 lakh votes were casted towards MVA more than NDA. So these things are, assembly elections are a different ballgame. We have to accept these things. Hence, all the key players are redrawing their strategy. And may it be the Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray, or Shiv Sena Shinde group, or maybe the NCP. And here a very interesting thing has come up, that even the BJP people and their mother, I must say RSS people are saying that it was a wrong move by the BJP that they aligned with the Ajit Pawar faction. And that is the reason that they have lost.
But they're still going to continue with the same alliance going into the assembly
I know.
elections as well. They're not going to redraw their strategy, it seems.
I cannot comment upon it straightforwardly, but Ajit Pawar factor is swollen around the Maharashtra politics. And it is, there seemed to be a faction, there seemed to be a sense that Ajit Pawar could be initially isolated politically, both by the NCP and by the Mahayuti also, that is BJP specifically to name about that. Because I have seen the surveys over the many social media channels, that there is a sense between the people that it was a wrong move by the BJP to align with Ajit Pawar.
Okay. Was
So
it also
these-
a wrong move to what the opposition says, the BJP having engineered, these splits both in Shiv Sena and in NCP? And do you think it's come at the cost of BJP's goodwill?
Between the split in the NCP or the Shiv Sena was imminent. It was not the BJP, it is the question that these people need to ask themselves. Balasaheb Thackeray launched a party and with an ideology, and is the party that Mr. Uddhav Thackeray is pioneering upon, is the party going upon the ideologies of Balasaheb Thackeray? And same goes to the faction of Ajit Pawar also, that NCP, Sharad Pawar, what for the reasons the party was founded, and was it only for a private limited company to be governed by a family member? That was not the issue for what NCP was made up. Mr. Sharad Pawar split out of Congress party. We must remember those
Yes.
things. That was the reason that he was offended by the legacy of Gandhi in the Congress party. And same thing is happening there only. So the split was imminent. BJP, you
Okay.
cannot blame everything upon the
Okay,
BJP.
okay, Mr. Tiwari, here's a question for you then. You know, Bala Saheb Thackeray would not ally with the parties that Uddhav Thackeray is allied with in Maharashtra today, and not just in Maharashtra, in the rest of the country as well. Each and every constituent of INDI today is very well aware of the fact that Bala Saheb Thackeray would have not sided with him if he were to be a part of the bloc. So there is naturally a compromise on his legacy, and that's what the BJP is saying, that you're not, you're not practicing the real Hindutva, which was practiced by Bala Saheb Thackeray.
देखिए, हमारा हिंदुत्व, एक तो मैं पहले हमारे मित्र जो है सैयद जफर इस्लाम को 200 के ऊपर सीट मिलने के लिए बधाई देता हूं। मेरी शुभकामनाएं तुम्हारे साथ है भैया, और मुझे आपको
इस बार फिर मत लगाइएगा कुछ।
अरे भैया, मैं थोड़ा बोलने दो। अब मैं बताता हूं, क्रिश्चियन, एक बात
सर, सेना यूबीटी की बात करें तो 17 में से 9 ही सीटें आई थी सर, तो बहुत अच्छा ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड नहीं है, पर बोलिए।
अरे यार क्रिश्चियन, तुम है ना दुखते जख्म पे क्यों नमक लगा रही हो? रुको थोड़ा, मैं अभी बताता हूं कि हमारे पंतप्रधान नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने शरद पवार जी के 75 वर्ष के कार्यक्रम में कहा कि मैं गुजरात में जब सीएम रहा और मुझे जब भी तकलीफ हुई तो मैं राजकीय सलाह मेरे गुरु शरद पवार से लेता था। और मैं आगे जाके कहना चाहता हूं, मोदी जी ने कहा था कि मुझे राजनीति में उंगली पकड़ के चलना सिखाया। और आज अपने गुरु पूर्णिमा के दिन अमित शाह जी ने शरद पवार जी को भ्रष्ट नेताओं के लीडर बोला। ये मुझे सैयद जरा पता नहीं, इस प्रकार की राजनीति और करेंगे फिर से आप मंगलसूत्र बहस पे आ जाओगे तो लोगों को ये पसंद नहीं आता। महाराष्ट्र ये एक प्रोग्रेसिव स्टेट है, यहाँ बड़ी अच्छी बातें होती है। आपके पास आर्थिक कार्यक्रम हो तो आपने लाना, लेकिन मैं क्रिश्चियन एक बात बोल के जाता हूँ, जिस प्रकार का गुस्सा देवेंद्र फडणवीस की पार्टी तोड़ने का और अमित शाह जी
तो आप फिर से प्रोग्रेसिव हिंदुत्व और रिग्रेसिव हिंदुत्व की बात कर रहे हैं। सईद जफर अस्लाम, would you want to respond to that? That's the difference that they've tried to highlight time and again, that we practice progressive Hindutva as opposed to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Also, since we've not spoken of Sharad Pawar's version, since, you know, Amit Shah said that he has institutionalized corruption, the NCP, Sharad Pawar faction was quick to hit back and they said that BJP ki washing machine asli corrupt ko dhoti hai. So that one last response to what they've said.
ऐसे दुखती बातें मत पूछा करो। वॉशिंग मशीन वाली बात नहीं पूछो।
तिवारी जी सुन लीजिए ना, what तिवारी जी is saying is basically trying to hide the fact they follow the politics of convenience. Wherever they see that they can adjust, they try to take that position. So no soft Hindutva, no hard Hindutva, they do not follow anything. Bala Saheb Thackeray used to follow certain ideology, but that has completely been ignored by Mr. Uddhav Thackeray ji, and now they are following politics of convenience. Wherever they will get power, it's a lust of power. Basically, it's driven by lust of power. So
everybody is following
or prominence, power.
Everybody is following
power or prominence.
Okay. Well,
so
the assembly elections
so
and the assembly election results are not too far away. So time will tell. We'll have to clearly wait and watch. That's the only scenario that we find ourselves in, gentlemen. And Chitra, many thanks for joining us. It's very clear both the sides want to navigate post-election dynamics, and that's what we're witnessing in a state like Maharashtra as well. Tomorrow is when the budget session of the parliament begins. So one is hoping that much will come out of it and we'll not just see the two sides limit to this kind of an engagement. That's all from me for now. Thanks for watching.